Hello, hello, planners. Why? We're here again together as I plan the new week of July 24th to the 30th. And what I'm going to do as I embellish my planner pages, I want to talk to you about how paper planning has changed my productivity and self-care. And how important has been for, I guess, my mindfulness and well-being. So without further ado, let's get the show. In today's video, I want to show you how paper planning has been a game changer for me. I know we actually live in a, digital world. We've got our phone. I know mine is pretty much, by me all the time. And I'm, pressing my Apple Watch, trying to figure out where I've left my phone. But digital device has been really quite convenient. But I did try it a couple of years back, but pretty much my paper planning. So whether I'm in a personal size planner, A5, pocket, mini even, there is something about writing your plans down on paper and how it makes it more tangible and allows you to follow through a lot much better. Now, those of you who are here, now I see Erin's here. Hello, Erin. Chucky Carter is here. Irene, the budgeting mama, is here as well. Thank you, everyone. And for those of you that haven't said hello yet, make sure you type in the chat hello, where you're tuning in from. And of course, if you are tuning in on replay, type replay in the comment section so then I could say hello to you. So as I embellish my personal planner pages for the new week, I want to share with you the benefits of paper planning and how it has helped me. Also, the pitfalls to avoid, plus 5 steps that you can take to make sure you are on track with your planning. So let's just get started and get going. I'm going to share with you my screen. So for those of you that are new to my channel, I am Marianne, and through my planning, I hope to inspire you. Use planning not just as a productivity tool for your tasks and your to-do list, but also as a form of self-care and being mindful. So it's your me time that allows you to have something to focus on for when times are a little bit stressed or overwhelming, and then that way you get a little bit more clarity, and then you can get back on track doing the great things that you are good at. And all the details excuse me, I always get the scratchy throat at the beginning. All the details of the products, hang on a tick. I did have water beforehand, by the way. All the items that I do show you, I'll mention, all the details will be in the description below. So I'm just going to get started. Now, also the planner pages that I used, I've just created and put it all in a bundle so you can print all in one go for a full month. So do make sure you stick to the end, because I will have a discount code for you that you can use if you decide to use the planner pages if you are in a personal size planner. Now I am in my Filofax Malden organizer in the color ochre. So I've been in this for the last 3-4 weeks and I have been enjoying it. I do have a planner flip through of all the pages that I have in here, so do check that out. Now I have it's quite chunky and I love the chunkiness of it, and I like that the pages are all, you know, different, and my side tabs tells me exactly where I need to go. So I'm going to start to embellish my weekly planner page. So my weekly, where did I put my weekly? Here. This is the current week we're on, and I'm going to flip through for the last week, full week of July. So here's a clear page. Now let me know in the chat what planner size that you are using. So of course you don't have to be in a personal planner for you to continue watching, because I hope through this video you can get some inspirations, whether it is about how paper planning can help your productivity or ways to embellish and decorate your planner pages. So let me know in the chat what planner page size you use, or what planners or journal or notebooks that you are using currently. So I'm going to use my Tombow Jewel brush pens. I actually purchased these 3 recently. So if you want to know what colors they are, so 772 is the blush, this is sand 992, this is chrome orange, and I used to have one, but the ink ran out. This is asparagus, a favorite green of mine. So let's have a chat while I am embellishing. What's the benefits of a paper planner? So it's really important. The first thing is, of course, it's tangible. You have it in your hands. You can hold on to it, and you know, you can have it open on your desk. So let me, while I'm now going to try and figure out how to talk and write at the same time. And so I'm hoping that I do not mess up the month name and the the date. So let me just, now I think this is the bulb of my light. So hopefully you guys can see it quite well. So the first thing is, using a paper planner means that you're going to reduce, although we're all on screen at the moment, you are going to reduce screen time. So we know how distracting, you know, those pings of the notifications that we all have on our phone, and those little numbers, those red numbers that tell you, you know, there's a message or a notification waiting for you. So having a paper planner allows you to be a little bit removed from your device. Now, if you are planning yourself and embellishing your pages, a really good way to ensure you're not checking your phone, or if you are studying, this is one of the things that I found, that if you do study, so this one's the Pentel Energel, and I have the 0.5 needle point refill. This one is 0.3, and I found it's too thin. So a really good way is if you are studying and you don't want to be distracted by your phone, is you can either have your timer on there. There's some really lovely YouTube videos, study videos, where there's an animation on the screen and then you have a nice quiet music on the background. But what I've really found that has helped me is actually to film yourself from the side so you can't see anything, especially if you do have a content platform. So if you are on social media and you are a content planner yourself, is go and do a video and time lapse yourself. So there we go. So July 24th to the 30th. I'm just going to add this potted plant washi tape. This one, I'm not too sure where I got it, whether it's from Daiso or another retail store that I have bought different washi tapes. So I've just kept it very simple. So the like I said, in today's digital age, we spend a lot of time staring at our phone and our screen, and so having a paper planner is a nice welcome change, and also it helps separate you from your technology and focus at the task at hand. Now the other thing as well is if you do plan on a device, there's more opportunity that you can get distracted. Like I said, you know, when those the Instagram notification, for those of you that maybe have started on Threads, which is a Instagram or Meta's form of Twitter, you see that number appearing on that icon saying you've got new messages or new notifications. So you know, you need to make sure as well, if you are planning on a device, that it's charged. And I always do not have my iPad or my phone or even my watch, you know, fully charged all the time. So, and also having a paper planner helps you retain the information better. So if you think it, write it down on paper, and then you're using your hand to write down what you know you have thought of, it actually allows you to retain the information a lot better. And when you write something down on paper and you are planning it, you're more engaged, and the you know, the scientists and neurologists call it encoding. So this helps you retain the information a lot better, and this can be really helpful when you need to remember important deadlines or appointments. So let's quickly have a look. Hello Lauren, thank you so much for joining me, Jewish Planner Mom. How are you? So yeah, so really writing down on paper also helps boost your productivity, because then it can help you stay organized. So let me just zoom out a little bit. You can plan your day. You can plan, let me just quickly, you can, whoop, I'm a little bit all over the place. You can plan your day. If you do daily planning, you can plan your week. You can plan your week, your month, your calendar. So really great way. Having a paper planner helps boost your productivity. You can track a lot of things, whether your habits or any new wellness things you want to do. And of course, having it on paper also allows you not to overwhelm yourself, because that's only that many space for you to write down your to-do list. So keeping it all on the one page makes sure that you aren't overwhelming yourself with too much workload. And of course, the most important thing that I like is either crossing off or ticking your completed tasks. So that is so satisfying for me and really motivating. Now do let me know in the chat if you are one of those that love to tick or cross off completed tasks, and what those that, you know, you might have already done something that wasn't in your planner, but you still write it in, just so then you can go and tick off those tasks. Very satisfying. So one of the benefits of being a paper planner is that it is tangible. So we have Irene saying 3 planners she's in. A5 sits on her desk, holds all the important stuff, personal for notes and care with me, and Happy Planner Classic Skinny for appointments, chores, and reminders. I love that we have to remember that sometimes it is very difficult to keep everything in the one planner, especially if you have your home life and your work life is separate and you don't want to mixing the two, or if you've got other things that you want to track like your wellness or the kids school. So it's very important, if you are new to planning, don't think that you have to cram in everything in the one planner, but also at the same time don't overwhelm yourself too much, if you're especially if you're just starting out with too many planners as well. So where were we? So we are here, and here's a little tip. I'm sure I've discovered from one of the paper accounts and influence out there. If you have a brush pen, this is a really good way. Let me see if I can zoom in. Here's a really good way for you to create some embellishments. So if you have your brush on the side, you can create like little teardrops or little petals. And then what you can do is just create 5 like in a star formation, and you have little flowers. So use the different colors that you have, and then just place them randomly on your page, and then you create tiny little petals on your page. And it's just a quick, easy way for you to embellish your planner pages with cute little flowers. So I'm just going to go and let me just pop them in there. Let me see, what other color haven't I used? I haven't used the sand. So see, 5 little petals in a star formation, and then you have, in a very quick amount of time, created beautiful little stars or petals. Erin says, always add tasks that I've completed, even if they're not in the original list. I love checking things off when complete. Exactly. It's I think they call it a nice dopamine or the happy drug hit. So it's yeah, I do that. It's like, oh, I just put the clothes away, and it's not on my it's not on the original to-do list. So yes, I do exactly the same. I'm glad that I'm not the only one. Now, the other thing you can do, so especially if you don't have time, is just grab, if you have markers with, the fine point tip, is just create little dots on your page. Now, this will just make the page a little bit brighter, and just randomly place the dots on your planner pages. And then you can use your other colors, and then once they're all next to each other, different colors, they're like tiny little confettis on your page, and you will see how much different it makes your page by just doing tiny little dots. And then that's the tiniest dots that you wouldn't even think would make a big difference, but it does. So I'll show you a little bit closer. So yeah, just randomly place them on the page. So if you don't have washi tapes, this is a really great way for you to embellish the borders of your planner pages. And sometimes, you might do squiggles instead of dots. But once they're all next to each other, they'll look like those tiny little flag confettis. And I think, is that it? Have a look. See how that just created a nice, pretty little border around your planner page. Now, to do the days, I'm going to use the digital stickers that I printed and cut that I purchased from Square Lime Designs. So I'm just, let me see if I've got my tweezers. I'm just going to add that onto the side here. And so I do have a video in my playlist that show you how you can, if you purchase digital stickers from your favorite planner accounts that sell them, that are, you know, in either some of them already have it made as PNG, or some of them actually have it ready to print and cut on either Cricut machine. So those of you, there's cutting machines called brand, the, you know, popular brands are either Cricut or Silhouette, and some other ones are, you know, around the place. And so just nice little, makes it easier for you to make your pages nice and colorful with lovely stickers. Now for dates, I think I'm going to write it in, because this is also from Square Lime Designs, and then I just customized the different sizes of her dated numbers, so you can make it bigger for however your page, if you have a bigger page, then you can go and create bigger stickers. I think I'm just going to write it in 24, 25, 26. On Thursday, the 27th, my oldest boy will be turning sweet 16. So he's going to have a nice little pool party at the we have live in an apartment complex that has a pool, so they're just going to have a nice little pool party on Saturday and have some pizza. So he just wants a quiet one, and then he's just going to go to the movies with friends on his birthday. So yeah, I just can't believe I have a 16-year-old boy. He's still my bubba. I said to him, even when he's 40, I'm still going to be calling him my bubba, my baby. So let me know in the chat if any of you already have grown children, and how you managed, you know, when they're growing up and maybe have left the nest, because I don't know how I'm going to feel about that when he decides to go and, you know, out on his own and leave the mama and the dad. So there we go. There is my weekly planner page, and we talked about the first benefit of having a paper planner. So the next one benefit that I find with having a paper planner is, of course, it is customizable. And this is exactly what we're doing today. You can customize your page to your liking, and it becomes uniquely yours. So you can be creative or artistic as you want, or you can keep it as minimalist or simple if you just want to have, you know, one color. There's some beautiful planner pages that have just the one you know, neutral color, and I envy those pages because I want mine to be like that. But I know my liking and my visual is attracted to rainbow colors or bright colors or pastel colors, so you can customize it as much as you want. So Erin says that she has an 18-year-old and a 16-year-old. I don't think I'll ever be ready for them to know me either. And those Facebook memories that show you, you know, the photos of them when they were little and their bubbas, when they still have their rolls, you know, rolls and folds. Oh, I just sometimes can't believe that those tiny little chubby babies are now the grown, you know, little men that I have, that have the mustaches and, you know, hairy armpits. So, yeah, I don't know how I'm going to manage when they, you know, they do go and on their own and be independent. So that's the weekly page. So as I talk about the benefit of using paper planner and how you can customize it, I'm going to now move on to my morning journal section. So this is the current week. As you can see, on the Thursday and Saturday, I didn't get to fill in my morning journal. Normally on a Saturday, I don't, because I do have my live Saturday YouTube's broadcast. So then by the time I finish that, update all the things that I need to update with the video. It's lunchtime, and you know, I sit on the couch and have the rest of my day off. So it's okay that if you do miss pages, filling in pages, do not be worried about, you know, that there are blank pages. It is okay. All right, so this is the new week. I'm going to use the same Tombow colored brush pens. So like I said, you can choose your covers, your dashboards. So here you can, you know, so they call this dashboard, which is like really a cover of the, you can create different dashboards for the different sections of your planner. Here I have photos of my husband and my children when they were little, stickers. You can have affirmations, you can have motivational quotes, and you can go and customize it to your liking by putting lovely pictures, or if you are creative or artistic, make some beautiful painting or scrapbooking even. I see beautiful dashboards that a lot of scrapbookers put on their planner pages. So a planner is of course also quite flexible. So where were we? We were doing, I missed the page. So having a paper planner allows you to tailor it to your specific needs. So, you know, if you want to go and have what they call a collection, this is what they call it in the Bujo or bullet journal world, is you can have a collections of books you're reading, of movies you've watched, of TV shows that you and your partner may be watching. July 24th. I have to do this. See how when you're writing things down, you have to stop. And you know, that's one of the key benefits of a paper planner, is when you're writing it down, is you're more focused, because you have to go and stop thinking about other things, or else if you're talking and writing at the same time, you'll be writing down what you are saying instead of writing down what you need to. So I think 20 to the 30th. So let me just do that, and I'm going to add my sticker. So this is it's too thick, so I'm just going to go and rip that in half, keep the rest of that later. So it's just the top of the stems of this little washi tapes. I'm going to grab my black pen. So yeah, you know, even include planner inserts to track your habits, your moods, so you can customize a planner to your liking. So it might be a little bit more difficult to customize pages if you buy those book bound journals or notebooks, but you can always embellish it any way you want. You can add, I see beautiful pages that just have, you know, only a couple of words written per line per day, and then they use that as their memory keeping, so you don't just have to use your paper planner to go and do your appointments and tasks. So it's really important that you customize it to your need, because guess what happens when you customize it? What happens is you are more prone to touch it more often than not, because a boring paper, you know, planner page, you know, if the only thing that's on there are your tasks and events or bills to pay, then it's not very enticing to go and plan in it. So customizing your planner pages to your aesthetic, to the colorings that you like, using washi tapes and stickers that you have on hand. I'm sure, as if you are new to planning, I'll already warn you that you're going to get, you know, start getting a lot of washi tapes that I'm sure you may not need, because you'll have lots of them. Tell me I am not wrong, those in the chat, that you are going to collect lots of washi tapes, stickers, markers, you know, maybe markers that you may not even need yet, you know, because it just looks so good, other planners are using it on their pages. So here again, I'm just adding the dots onto the page to make sure that the borders don't get neglected here, that they also get some love and little sparkles. Well, these aren't sparkles, but so see, even the borders on the inside. Let me know if you you decorate the borders of your planner pages, because I have seen people use washi tape in the middle of their planner pages, and then they just punch out the holes to then make sure that it fits back in their ring planner or disc bound planner. So let me know if you decorate the borders of your planner pages with washi tapes, or as I'm doing here, with markers or doodles or drawings. So and if you are watching on replay, make sure you type in as well, how do you, if you do decorate your planner pages, how you decorate it. Now I'm just going to use the Square Lime Design number stickers. So we are on 24. Now, a great thing as well, having a paper planner, is that you can customize it to your needs, and this will actually save you time in the long run. So what happens is, if you create habit trackers for yourself, you create you have well-being planner pages, if you have 5-year journals, and you have all your, they call it either inbox, I call it list of stuff, or you have a brainstorming or brain dumping page, by having it a paper planner customized to your needs, this in the long run will save you time, because you're not looking for pages, where's that page, or I need to go and be able to track, if I'm exercising, or if I am, looking after my nutrition. You can set it and customize it to your needs. And then you can then, once it's all customized, you can then quickly put all your planning, your daily planning or your weekly planning in the pages that you have customized. And you're not wasting time searching through the pages for information. So let me know in the chat if you love embellishing your pages. Type in love in the chat, or if it gives you anxiety because you may be late already to the new week and you still haven't touched your planner pages. So type in the chat for me whether you love embellishing and setting up your pages for the new week, or it gives you anxiety. Love or anxiety, type it in the page. So that is my morning journal spread. So just very quickly, in the morning, I like to write how I feel. So it's just a really good way to acknowledge how you're feeling in the moment. It's neither good nor bad. It's just you need to figure out how you're feeling for you to be able to respond to it a lot better. So, for example, if I am feeling happy, why am I feeling happy? Because my son, my oldest is turning 16, and he's growing up to be an artistic, clever, kind, loving young man. So I can put that. And then what am I going to do to make myself feel better? So if I'm already feeling good, what else can I do? Or maybe I can do the things that I've done that made me happy, do that again. So, I'm going to make sure that I tell my children that I'm proud of them, that they are growing to kind young adults. So see how, or the other way is, if you are feeling frustrated or angry, why are you feeling that way? And then you can go, well, something bad or upsetting happened earlier, or the day before. What can you do to make yourself feel better? Maybe have a chat to that person to let them know how, if you have a good relationship with them, let them know how you're feeling. So then, you're not bottling it in. And of course, the other thing I like to do is I like to write what I'm grateful for, because of course, writing down what you're thankful or what you're grateful for gives you a nice big positive mood. Marcus, hello, nice to see you. Good morning, good evening, good afternoon. How are you? Thank you so much for joining me. Irene loves setting up for the new week, because remember, planning shouldn't just be for your to-do list, your appointments and bills, to write down the bills to pay. Use it as a form of self-care. It is your me time, and if you do enjoy embellishing your pages, use it as a time to step back away from maybe the chaos of the day or the chaos of the previous week. So really important that you don't think that, I know some people ask, where do you find the time to do the planning? I make time because it's my me time. Erin says, love. Love and anxiety. I think we're in the same page there, Erin. I know I get anxious when it is already a new week and as my planner pages are still a little bit empty, but then it's a great way to just focus on that, because like I said, trying to write down the dates and the whatever you need to write allows you to focus. Chucky Carter, love setting mine up for the week. Yay, we're all kindred spirits, and that's why I guess we're all here with me today. Keeping up with it, not so much. Yes, the setting up page, the making it beautiful, I understand. I think that's one of the pitfalls I'll talk about a little bit later in the broadcast or in the live stream, where we can be really great at setting up our pages, but it's important that we also check up on it regularly. And Marcus says, hello to Irene, the budgeting mama. I love that the community here that I'm building on the Mariane Cresp YouTube channel is where I'm getting to meet lovely new friends. And hi, Marcus. Excellent. I love it. So love and anxiety, one and all. Yes. All right. So that is the morning page. Now, like I said, having a paper planner forces you to slow down and write things out on paper. Remember, we always say, or I, say, and I think, I've forgotten who it is that says, don't keep it in here. I think it's David Allen for how to get things done. Your brain is not meant for storing information. It's for you to be creative and artistic. So get it out of your head and down on paper. So then, you're not trying to spend a lot of brain capacity trying to remember things, when it could just be written down and then you refer back to your planner or to-do list. So having a paper planner also helps you prioritize, because then we know there's only a certain number of hours of the day, so you can't fit everything in the day. So it makes you look at things and have a look. What's the most important thing to me? And of course, paper planning also helps retain the information better, because, like I said, that encoding of from your brain to the pen to the paper, but you have to focus on what you're writing. So now I also do use a Google Calendar. So I do have a Google Calendar for the events and things, especially, if I have, I've got online courses that I have that I need to know dates and, coaching calls. So I need to know the times of those. So I do have those, especially if a lot of them are ahead of time. And so I use Google Calendar or sometimes my phone to supplement, but it is not my main source of productivity and planning. But you can, you don't have to be one or the other. So the next spread I will be setting, excuse me for a second. So the next spread I will be setting is my well-being planner spread. So for those of you that have been with me for a little while, let me just take that off, I use a personal development methodology based on Zig Ziglar's Wheel of Life, where he says to ensure you have a nice life balance, try and do things in 7 key areas. So in no particular order, they are spiritual, mental, physical, career, social, family, and finance. Now you can change the headings, you don't have to stick with those. So if you want to change it up with whatever matters most to you, but really to try and get a good balance, try and make sure that you're not neglecting one over the other. So, and then turn around, a month later, 6 months later and go, how come my friends aren't getting in touch with me? Or, you know, why is my family, you know, upset with me if, because, you know, you might be focusing too much on work, or your partner says, you know, or your friends, they haven't been in contact with me. So the well-being planner spread that I have is based on that I try and do, not all, as you can see, it's not every day. I don't preach that you have to do all the habits and routines that you want to do in 7 areas each and every day, as long as, I mean, here I did I didn't do too well, I think the week before, but the Wheel of Life pie chart allows you to see, this is based on the week before, maybe which areas you might have neglected. Now, of course, there'll be seasons that you can't do everything all at the same time. You can't catch up with friends. But then if week on out or month in or month on out, that area of your life is neglected all the time, then, you know, it's important to nourish it. So the well-being planner spread that I have allows you to create habits that allows you to have a nice balance, because as Zig Ziglar says, a wheel doesn't function well when one side of the wheel is flat. So if certain areas of your life is being neglected too much for too long, the wheel doesn't work as well. So the well-being planner spread, I'm going to go and embellish that. Now, the other benefit of using a paper planner is that it helps you and helps set and achieve goals. So I have my habit tracker that allows me to see from a bird's eye point of view how well I did with my habits from a full month. I also have my well-being spread to let me see how well I'm going with the habits that I have set for myself, and then be able to adjust. So using a paper planner allows you to be able to help set and achieve goals. Now, I'm not saying that digital planning doesn't, you know, allow you to do that. But like I said earlier, you know, digital devices can be distracting sometimes, especially if you're like me, that even though you have turned off notifications and then turn them back on because you have that fear of missing out. So, and also that, you know, if you don't charge your digital device often, and then you need to go and plan like I did. So I did do, I think for good, maybe half of the year or maybe a full year, I did digital planning on my iPad. Let me see if I can show you. So I tried to do digital planning on for our homeschool. So it's see if you can see that. So see, then I wrote out, you know, all our classes. But then, of course, if I'm using this for the iPad for something else, or I don't charge it the night before, then I can't access my planner. So that was GoodNotes, a note-taking app that I use for note-taking on my iPad. So I did, you know, it's not that I don't think digital planning doesn't work, it's just it doesn't work as effectively or efficiently for me. So it's, you know, important that you go, oh well, you know, what's wrong with digital planning? It makes life easier. Yes, it does. It does make a lot easier, especially for those apps that maybe you can, you know, is all on your iCloud, or, you know, on the cloud. You can tell I don't know all my techie terms. So again, oh, I'm not showing you. Again, I'm using the brush tip end of the pen to go and create a 5-petal flowers on the pages. So see how sprinkled on the page, that will start creating really nice embellishment if you don't have stickers. So you can create these cute little petals on your pages without taking too much of your time. And then again, lots of dots on your page too. So then those empty white spaces, negative space is fine a lot of times, so you don't have to go and be not forced, but feel like you have to, you know, embellish all the empty negative spaces. If, you know, your page allows it and it's not going to look too busy, because sometimes too busy also can be a distraction in itself, because I know sometimes I overload my pages with, you know, doodles and stickers, and then you can't see, what do they say, you can't see the trees through the forest. Please let me know what the correct terminology is. Can't see the forest. Oh, I'm not even going to attempt. Someone who's more versed in those sayings, please save me in the chat and tell me what the correct saying is. Okay, so there we go. So that's my page, and then I'm just going to use my Kurotake Zig Clean color dot markers. So here we are. So these have, one side is the round soft cushy end, and then on the other side is fine tip ends. So this is where I'm going to create and set my goals for the week, based on the 7 areas of focus. So for spiritual, I like to meditate. I like to read or learn a minimum of 15 minutes worth of, you know, whatever book I'm reading or whatever course I am taking. I then go and track my daily expenses, so then I know exactly where our money is going, and then I'm not surprised that there is no money left in the grocery budget for the week. And then I make sure that I try and action the highlight of the day or top priority that I have set for myself. So then that way, you know, if nothing else gets done in my day, I have at least my top priority. So did someone help me with the saying? Here we go. Marcus, you can't see the forest for the trees. Thank you, Marcus. Thank you for saving me. I'm always bad with those sayings. I mess up my words. So here we go. So the habits I want to set for the new week, I try and make sure I have a nice life balance. Of course, I don't preach or don't claim to do all of this every time, every day. It's just as long that I am mindful, that I am not neglecting or you know, forgetting about certain things. So just say, for those of you that do track your budget, or on a financial journey, whether you're saving up or you are trying to get out of debt, you know, tracking your expenses allows you to see exactly, you know, where your money's going. So then you're not trying to figure out where did our money go, and it allows you, like anything, you tracking progress allows you to make better decisions. So if you know you like eating out and you know, going your family dinners, have, you know, in restaurants, and that is something that you enjoy, then you can do that. But then at the same time, if you want to save for something important, or a big purchase, or you're in debt and that's causing you anxiety, setting habits and goals in a paper planner allows you to try and figure out what is most important to you. So if you know that eating out is something that helps you or your family lessen the stress because you're not trying to figure out or meal plan, that's fantastic. But then at the same time, if you're in debt, and then like we were a few years back, getting, you know, those reminders and disconnection letters for our utilities, it then allows you, tracking your expenses allows you to make sure that you can set realistic goals for yourself. And that's why paper planning has been really important to us, because I did my financial journey to get out of debt originally in a bullet journal. So I did all the bullet journaling, expense tracking, as well as creating sinking funds and savings. And then once we got out of debt, I discovered ring planners and I moved into ring planner. So Marcus says, an expression used of someone who is too involved in the details of a problem to look at the situation as a whole. And I know I sometimes get into that. And that's why paper planning is also a great way for you to see visually the goals you have. Let me just, the goals you have set for yourself on a daily basis, and then step back, how are you doing and progressing on a weekly basis, and then step back even further and then have a look over the month or over the last 3 months. How have you been going with your certain goals? So paper planning allows you to do that because you can flick through that. Now you can create, I guess, in Notion, Miller Notes, or other apps, but then, like I said earlier, having something tangible sparks the something in your brain that allows you to remember things and visualize things a lot better. Now so yep, you can see all your goals and tasks in one place by having a paper planner. You can use it to plan your day. Right, so here's Monday. The only one I have so far is YouTube Live. So you can paper planner allows you to plan your day, allows you to plan your week, allows you to have a look at how you're going for the month, so you know exactly how well you're going with the goals that you have set for yourself. And by having everything written down, you can prioritize the task and avoid like you're feeling overwhelmed. And it also helps increase your productivity, because then when you physically write something down, it can help you remember better. And having visual goals like this and tasks, it helps you stay motivated and focused on what can be done. So don't be trapped in the thing that, oh, I feel like I haven't actioned those things all the time. Life happens. You have to be really, I'll talk to you about one of the, pitfalls of having paper planner and what you can do to ensure that you don't fall into those pitfalls. So paper planner means you can cross things off, you can gives you a sense of accomplishment, and then gives you that dopamine hit, and then having that dopamine hit is a little reward. So I actually, when I've done all my morning tasks and I go grab one of my dot markers and then complete the task, I feel accomplished, I feel good. And then I start to go, well, what else can I do now? What else can I tick off? Like today, it's not on my list of things to do yet, but I'm seeing all my folded clothes on the chair, and I know I have to go and put them away in the cupboards and in the drawers. So I'm going to write that down, put the clothes away, so then I can tick that off, and at least I've done something for the day. So this can help motivate you to keep going and help achieve your goals. And then, of course, writing down your goals, you can see your progress and adjust it along the way, and then that will help you move forward. So don't be afraid that, well, I said at the beginning of the month, this is what I'm going to do. But then if there's things that, doesn't allow you to achieve those goals in mid-month, you can change it. Move things around. Instead of maybe 4 days of going out for a walk, maybe 3 days only. So don't be very, very mindful that your mood looks yes, I recently sent out my newsletter and I said my mood the last 2 weeks. So I had a few sad moments. And last week was a lot better. And there we are, Saturday. For those of you that were here on my Saturday live, I had a great day because I was amongst kindred spirit and really kind and supportive community. Yes, ECG, exactly, Marcus. As long as I haven't flatlined, I'm still good. And it's also, remember, it's okay to feel sad. Maybe don't stay in it for too long, and figure out ways that what you can do to make yourself feel better. Now, okay. Now, let me know in the chat. So today's question, let me just move this other one. Question of the day is, Let me know if you're a fully paper planner type of planner, or if you also use a digital device, a digital app, or your iPad or your phone to help plan. So now, if you do also plan digitally, what sort of things do you have on there? Do you have, is it for those of us who do content creation? Do you plan your content creation schedule on that? Do you have your kids' school schedule? So if you let me know if you are a fully paper planner or you also use digital, and if you do use digital, let me know what sort of things. So if you are watching on replay, don't forget, type in the chat paper and digital, and what sort of things do you track in your digital planner. Okay, I'll wait for you guys to answer that. Now, okay, there are some pitfalls of having a paper planner, and so now these can include, let me just have a look, not being realistic with your time. I know sometimes, let me have a look here and show you. Sometimes I put too much stuff on my daily planning or my to-do list and thinking that I can do everything in that day. So paper planning has the pitfall of maybe putting too much on your plate and not being realistic on what you can achieve in a day. The other thing is, I think it was Irene who said it earlier, great at doing the planning, but sometimes fall on the wayside, having to check it regularly. So we can do all these beautiful embellishments, at the beginning of a new week. So we've got here, we've got our weekly page, we've got our new well-being planner spread, we've got our new morning journal spread, but then, if you don't check it regularly, then what good is it if it's not helping you plan the rest of your week? Also, the other thing that a paper planner a pitfall that you can come across is that you're not breaking down your tasks into manageable size. So, for example, I could easily go today, I want to study, a full module is a 2-hour long online video course, and I'm going to try and complete that today. And then, of course, things happen throughout the day. Things that happen throughout the day, and then I don't get to it, and then now I may feel like I'm not as accomplished because I put that on my to-do list and I didn't action it. So make sure, if there is a big task that you have to do, break it down into small tiny pieces, even if it's just writing down 5 minutes of notes, or even if you have to clean the bathroom, but then you're not feeling your energy has depleted, maybe just do the mirrors. So break it down into small actionable pieces, and I do that with more like the bigger tasks, and the way I do that is my projects list. So let me show you, for example, like I said, the example is an online course. So go through a course that I'm doing. So see here, I've broken it down step by step, because I know I can't watch all of that in one go. But if I go and, just watch a 10-minute module, then you feel a lot more accomplished. The other thing too, that a pitfall that you can fall into when you are paper planning, is that you're not prioritizing your tasks. You could easily have lots of tasks that you have to do for the day, but then if you're not prioritizing, you might then be doing the small things that really aren't as important. So really important that you get to look at what is important and what matters to you, and then of course not implementing a contingency plan for when your energy level is down, for when you are something else happens that causes disarray into your planning. So in order for you to avoid these pitfalls, is one, you need to set realistic goals and break them down into manageable tasks. So whether you have a projects list like I do, where you have the full thing that you need to complete. So for example, if you know you have to get the engine checked in your car, so that might be on your to-do list. Get the oil. You know, we don't have a car because we use public transport. Let's say you have to get the oil checked in your car. So instead of putting get oil checked, maybe the first small actionable task could be go call up the mechanic or find the phone number for the mechanic. So see how by doing that, you've accomplished it. Once you've done that, set an appointment to bring the car in. So instead of just having on your to-do list one big task, break them down. So let me just quickly have a look at our chat, because I know I did ask you guys a lovely question. So Marcus said, oh, Robin, hello Robin, how are you? Robin is a full paper planner, but also use Google Calendar and Outlook Calendar only for notifications or to share an event with family member. Me too. Although the boys and husband don't do the sharing of an event, I just tell them. Or I put it on the big whiteboard calendar in the kitchen where everybody is passing to and figure out what dinner is for the day. Excellent, Robin. Marcus, fully digital and sometimes in my head and just hoping for the best. Yep, that's me normally when my head is full of chaotic thoughts and I'm feeling overwhelmed. But then that's when things, I know for me anyway, things start to unravel. Irene, Budgeting Mama, says paper only. But app for grocery list, note apps for errands and reminders. There you go. So the two can work together. So really it's important to know when you are planning that you are planning with tools that work best for you. So there are scientific studies that say that having things written down on paper does create those, spark whatever, brain cells in your head that allows you to retain and remember it a lot better. And, of course you can ping notifications on your phone. But like I said, if you're like me that have hundreds of apps on your phone, then that can cause a bit of a distraction. Erin says both, mixed. My digital is recurring items, yes, birthday, holidays, and upcoming events like appointments, so I can add them when they get scheduled and then add them to my paper weekly, monthly planner. Excellent. So the two go hand in hand. Hello, Mrs. Wagsnaps. Welcome to my, let me see if I can have a welcome. Oh, which you can't see. Welcome. Thank you so much for joining me here on my live stream. I appreciate you so much for popping by. So Mr. says hello from UK. I do use Google Calendar for family and sometimes shout at Siri with shopping list items. Siri, put eggs on the list. But it all goes into my Malden at some point. Exactly. And planning error. Marcus, yes, exactly. That one is this one. Sometimes just hope for the best. Marcus just hopes for the best. Right. So in order to avoid pitfalls when you are using a paper planner, make sure you are setting realistic goals and break them down into manageable steps. Now, the other thing is you need to make sure that you are prioritizing your task based on the importance and urgency. So whatever's most important in the day, pop that down at the top of your page. So if nothing else gets done, that you have accomplished that, and try and do your most important and urgent things at the beginning of the day. So sometimes even if there's something you want to do but really want to avoid doing, get it done at the beginning of the day so you're not feeling like anxious, putting it off later in the afternoon, later in the evening. Try and get it done at the beginning of the day, so then that way whatever's most important or most urgent, prioritize it and put it at the top of your list. The other things to avoid pitfalls in your paper planning is you need to review your planner regularly. Now, I am, of course, prone to, not doing, not even planning some days, and that's okay. But what I do is, let me see if I can, what I do for days that you know, I may not do the task. So I go back and look at it. So see, can you see how I have these little dots at the bottom of my page? It means I've gone back to it and had a look at any open or unfinished task and to see, is that something that I can carry the next day? Is that something that I can do later on in the month or maybe next month? Or is that something I can delegate to someone else, get the kids to help out? Well, with, you know, maybe folding the clothes, or is it something that I can just totally not worry about and just cross it off my list? So if you do have any open or unfinished task, and then, you know, because you made all this effort writing it down that you need to do it, make sure that you are checking your planner regularly to ensure that you are not missing out on important things and then feel guilty that you didn't action that. So make sure as part of your daily planning or weekly planning that you are checking your planner regularly. And then, of course, have a plan B. You know, make sure what to do when things don't go well. Because you know what you can do when things aren't going well is just have a to-do list. That's it. Sometimes I close this and just go, the day is just chaotic. I just either have a to-do list or I have a notepad and just write down on there. That is my contingency plan. That is my plan B for when things aren't going as I had planned or as I had scheduled for the day or the week. Close off the thing that might be causing you overwhelm or causing you stress or having to look at the things that you need to do but you know you can't do today, and just get a to-do list, a post-it note, and just put one task. What is it, that one task that you can do now or that you can do to then move you forward? Tick that off, give you that accomplishment feeling, that dopamine hit. And then once you've completed that, all right, do I have the capacity to do another task for today? Right? So have a plan for when things aren't going well, either just a to-do list, a note, a sticky note, something on the fridge. So have a plan when your paper planning isn't going to get touched. And then the final thing that I'm still learning to do is to be kind to yourself. I know we get planners. I know those of us that have been doing this for a while, and or even those of us that are quite new to planning, can get so down on ourselves that we have created beautiful planner pages and then it stays empty or stays unticked, or it stays incomplete. So don't get discouraged if you do fall off your planning wagon. So do let me know if these are things that you already have in your paper planning schedule, that you are being realistic and setting goals that are manageable, that you are prioritizing your task, that you're reviewing your planners regularly. It doesn't have to be every day. Regularly doesn't have to be every day. It's just at the end of the week or at the beginning of a new week. What sort of things can I migrate or move into the new week, delete off altogether, or maybe move to next month? Have a plan B for when things go wrong. And guess what? We all know things go wrong, right? And be kind to yourself. So let me know in the chat or in the comment section if there has been any aha moments today. Hello, Chris. Thank you so much for joining me. I appreciate you being here. So what has been your aha moment, not just from today's video, but with regards to paper planning that has been a game changer for you? You know, whether that you are only a one-page daily planning, or you like to plan on a weekly basis where you can see everything in a bird's eye view. Let me know in the chat or in the comment section what has been an aha moment when it comes to planning for you. Now, of course, as always, you know what I love? I love likes. I appreciate when you give this video or any of my videos a big thumbs up, because then it lets me know that I am doing something good, that I am sharing something that hopefully will inspire you or give you ideas when it comes to your own paper planning and self-care, as well as being mindful. Because I am in it right now. I'm not an expert. I am in the turmoils of having mental breakdowns, of being anxious, of being overwhelmed, of being stressed when it comes to, daily plannings, and having to juggle a lot of different things that we all do when it comes to life. All right. So me making these videos, I originally started was more just for me. This is what I do. Maybe someone will see it. And since a lot of you are here joining me in chat as well in the replay, I think that you do like it. So make sure you give this video a thumbs up. And of course, share it with your planning friends that hopefully they too will like it as well. Now, so what about those days that, seem to go wrong? Like I said, to-do list, post-it notes, write it on your write it on your hand. Let's have a look. I think sometimes I think I've removed it from here, but yeah, I think one time when I was feeling a little bit low, I just put get up and shower. And that was a big accomplishment for me during those anxious and stressful days. So don't make it too hard on yourself. Make sure that, that you are, doing the best you can, and don't put too much pressure, because for days that you don't plan or you can't plan, let me see. I think I had one here. Let me just show that I don't plan every day. I think it was on another page. So guess what happens when you can't plan for that day? Turn the page and it's a new page, right? Just pick up from where you left off. Don't worry, it is not the end of the world, although sometimes, I know it feels like it that way. There's a new day, there's a new page that you can go and plan again. Simply pick up where you left off, start planning your next available day. Chris says, I just need time to plan. And yeah, so sometimes with our busy schedule, even if you can plan for, a couple of minutes, 2 minutes, just get everything down that's in your head that you need to do down on paper, and then it's a lot easier because you have removed yourself from it. You can see it a lot better and just go, do I really have to do that today? Do I really have to email that person or return that call today? Sometimes if we answer emails and calls right away, what it's signaling to us is that their schedule is more important, that they matter more than what ours is. So yeah, by having it down on paper, take a couple of minutes and just go, need to do this, I need to do this, I need to do this. All right, out of all this, what is the most important to me? And what is the most urgent, that that won't cause fire, won't lose your job, or won't create chaos within the family or friends. So but then once it's down on paper, you start to see that I don't need to do that right now. That can wait until tomorrow when I'm doing all my emails at the same time. So hello, Jennifer. Hope you're well. Thank you so much for joining me and resting up. Irene says, when things go wrong for me, I take a me day. And in the evening, I try to reset for the next day. Exactly. There is a new day, a new page. Be kind to yourself. Elle, hello. Yes, thank you so much for joining me. I appreciate you so much, Elle. I'm sure you're busy making your own content. So do check out Elle. She has a lot of great content when it comes to skincare and hair care. I love her doing all these, showing all the different skincare, because I'm not good with skincare products. I just buy whatever's on special, and then I sometimes just use soap on my face to wash it. Probably not good, but so thank you, Elle, for joining me. Hello, everybody. If you take 15 minutes to plan, it can save so much time. Exactly. So but it's sometimes doing that, finding it doesn't have to be half an hour, just a quick 1 to 2 minutes writing down on a to-do list, and then it helps you organize your thoughts a lot better. All right, so yes, hello Thank you so much for joining me. Yeah, make sure come watch the replay and join us in the comment section. So just type in all the questions. I asked lots of questions throughout. So for those of you watching me on replay, make sure you participate while you're watching it. Type in real time all your aha moments and questions that I have asked of you. Now, do check out this next video right here where I talk about the tips on how to plan your day effectively. So make sure the link is in the description, and once this video is processed, click or tap the screen. Thank you so much, everybody. I appreciate you, and see you in the next video. Bye, everybody. Bye-bye.